Hi guys, welcome to Prairie Exotics. We got a handful of new animals in and some donations, so I'm going to go through some of those today with Stella, our bearded dragon here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Here we have one of our more recent surrenders, a little African pygmy hedgehog who's a little shy. She was starting to come out a bit. She's a nice addition. She's our third hedgehog now. So I'm going to be working with her to get her more comfortable coming out and about. Is a good example of their defense anyway. Basically put their nose in their butt and then stick all their spikes every which way.
And these are the African pygmies. They're one of the smaller species. Some do get almost the size of porcupines that we have here, like the ones in Europe. And they can't shoot their quills. They're attached to their body, though they do lose them sometimes. These guys live 6 to 8 years. They are a hardcore carnivore. In the wild, they'll eat tarantulas, scorpions, centipedes, lizards, whatever they can get their hands on, bugs. But in captivity, we typically feed them a high-protein cat kibble and some mealworms as a little snack. The only downside really to these guys is that when they start running in their wheel, which they love to do and get exercise, they start to go to the bathroom. They start pooping and they don't stop running. They don't stop pooping. It just becomes a poop storm of flying poop. So you do have to bathe them quite regularly, which they'll also poop usually in the bathtub and then clean their wheel.
Good example is the other hedgehog that we just recently got. I need to clean her wheel tonight because she spent last night running around in it, and yeah, bunch of poop on that.
Yeah. The nice thing with these guys is they're actually crepuscular, so they are not nocturnal. So unlike a hamster that's up in a wheel all night, these guys are usually sleeping through the afternoon and then through the night. So they're typically up dawn and dusk when it's a little cooler, and that's when they can go out hunting. So great pet for kids, where you can have them being played with before the kids go off to school, and then when they get home, but they're not again going to be in a wheel all night, which is kind of awesome. Okay. Yeah, when we breed these guys, we've done it in the past. Once the babies are stopped or have weaned off of mom, we start handling them, and they get very comfortable so that they don't typically ball up like some of these ones do.
This one's fairly old too.
Yeah,
They say 5 or 6 years old, I believe.
yeah.
The other one we got is under a year old, so I'll bring that one out next. This is the other newer one that we actually got from our staff member. Named her, oh, what a spiced brownie. She has 2 different colored ears. She's a little pied. She's a lot more kind of out and about, outgoing, very curious individual.
Yeah, so we're not going to breed the other girl because she's obviously too old, but this one being younger, once she reaches maturity, about 2 years old, we'll be able to breed her with our male.
She's already gone to a couple birthday parties with me, and the kids absolutely loved her.
Well, we got these awesome 3D printed little plaques from our friend George at Concrete Blonde Aquatics. So when people come in here, if they don't speak English or read, or younger kids, at least hopefully they'll get the idea that we don't want them banging and hitting.
So this is our newest bearded dragon, who we also got from our staff member. She has 7 bearded dragons, I think she said. So she gifted us this one. Her name is Stella. She's just a standard, just a normal bearded dragon, but she's very friendly and loves to be on a person's shoulder. So surprised she hasn't tried to run up me yet, because she tends to do that every time I take her out to this point.
She's pretty much full size. How old is she?
I cannot remember for the life of me. I'll be honest. I'll have to ask Shy.
Won't get much bigger, but nice healthy tail base. No real stuck shed. Fingers and toes all look great. This is a nice example of a healthy bearded dragon because obesity can definitely be a problem for these guys.
Should be a nice new ambassador for us. So this is Henry. He's a new sulcata tortoise. He's still small, so I can pick him up and
He's
move him
about
around, but
6, 7 years old at this point.
he will get much larger. He's a nice big boy with those big spurs at the front there that the males will use to fight and flip each other over with. And those big kind of spikes on their front legs to help dig. They'll dig burrows, and as they get bigger, if you have them in your house, they will dig through drywall and everything else. They can be quite destructive. This is his temporary indoor pen right now. Once it gets nicer, we're going to have him outside with a huge run with the rabbits that he'll be outside with some of the other tortoises.
They're the third largest mainland tortoise. I think the average for male was 160, 180, but the record was over like 240, if I remember what I posted correctly.
Like
so you do get large, and these guys will live 50 to 70 years. So it is a lifelong pet. Their previous owners were in the process of selling their property and moving and were not able to take him along. So they asked us to take him in, and he will be an ambassador staying with us to go to educational events and teach people why turtles and tortoises might not be the bestest pet.
So in some of these tanks, we got a donation from our volunteer, Amy, for her birthday. Instead of getting presents, what she asked for was donations for all the animals. So they ended up picking up a bunch of fake plants. So I put a bunch of those. There's some new nice ones in there for a bunch of the animals. And then they also donated 3 bags of peat moss. I've already gone through one of the bags, so I have 2 more to go through. In some of these tanks, we have some live plants, but I can't have live plants in all of the tanks, at least not quite yet with how everything's set up. So supplementing with some fake plants is definitely a nice addition.
This one's really grown in nice.
I've already trimmed it down a few times.
Yeah. Nice.
And in some of the tanks where the animal might stomp the live plants, definitely have fake ones just so that they don't destroy them.
So thank you, Amy and friends, for all the donations. We really appreciate it.
Very much so.
And also all your help cleaning up poop. Our staff also gave us 2 of her smaller Oscars after a couple days before that, bringing some that she'd found on Marketplace. So the 2 of the larger, which are still small compared to our adults here, are in a separate enclosure. And then the 2 larger ones are hanging out with the big boys and girls here.
Thanks for watching, guys. Henry and I say, see you next time.